Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Cindy, for the nice words already. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know in the comments. I have really crappy internet today, so I am at Toggedy Lodge. Check it out. It says Toggedy Lodge right there. That's where I'm at. It's cold down here this morning. I wish they'd get that damn fire going. I don't know where the button is, and it seems like it's a remote. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Let me know you guys can hear me okay. Um, James says the screen is frozen, no sound. Okay, well, let's see if it gets better. Give it a minute. There I am. Yeah, it was connecting. Crappy internet connection today, so it's going to be pretty lousy. So, good morning, my friends. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm not a big Valentine's Day fan, I'm going to tell you. But anyway, it's Friday, February 14th, 2025. I, of course, am here with the Daily Mortgage Rate Update, the only place on the web where you guys can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. time, where I broadcast to you with our market live here on Facebook and on YouTube. Do me a favor, let me know that the how the quality is. Yasmin, you can hear me. That's good. Yeah, you guys. There's usually like a 30-second delay. Let me know how bad it is today and if it's blurby. And Amy said loud and clear. That's good. Thank you. So awesome. If you are watching on the replay, be patient with me. And if you're here live, also be patient with me. Remember, you can go ahead and smash that like button, tag a friend, share this post in a group. Once again, I am out here over at Tagadi Lodge, and I am here for our annual snowmobile trip. The last 2 years, the snow in Wisconsin has been non-existent. We've not been able to actually snowmobile after taking our trip the last 2 years. So this year we are in Jackson, Wyoming, and it is cold. Fed Chair Jerome Powell not here. No Fed meeting, no Davos meeting. I'm not in Switzerland, and the Jackson Hole Symposium not happening here either. Just a bunch of us snowmobiling. So, anyway, my friends, if you're here this morning, say good morning. Mallory Fotiadis, good morning. Mandy Kangas, great to see you. Kenny Rivard, video is glitchy. Thank you, Yasmin. Yeah, it probably will be. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff and talk about what we got going on this morning. Quick recap. Bonds improved on the day yesterday. Let's go ahead and go to the screens. I'll show you that. So, if you remember, when we take a look here, you could see right around 10 a.m. they improved just a little bit since then. And if we do a 5 day, though, let's kind of go through what's happened the last 5 days. So if we look here, this was, of course, on Wednesday, the 12th, when we got the CPI inflation data. On Monday, we were doing okay. Tuesday, we lost some ground. Was not really a happy day. Wednesday, we had a big drop coming into that really hot inflation report. Thursday, things recovered this morning. Look at the back up to where we started the week. We'll actually end the week probably a little bit better with pricing than where we started the week. As crazy as that is, that's where we are at. This, and I want to talk about this. This is what I really want to emphasize is almost like our new normal. I want to go ahead and switch this over to the 10-year, and I want to look at that same thing. Look at the 10-year Treasury yield, right? Down here, it was below 4.5 on Monday. Tuesday, it went above 4.5. Wednesday, it spiked into 4.6s, right? Because of the inflation data. Thursday, a steady drop. And then this morning, an even bigger drop, bringing us back down into the 4.4s. So here we were on Monday, below 4.5. Here we are today, 4.47, below 4.5. This is the new norm, is to see this day-to-day volatility movement, but overall, not really much movement, on the weeks when we look at where things are at. When you look at your rate sheets here, you're seeing that volatility, but yet today we should drop back down to that 7 point or 6.99. It should be right there in that same area, maybe a little less so, with lenders being a little more conservative over pricing. As far as rate sheets today, we should see them continue to improve. There was weak retail sales data this morning, so that, of course, is anything you see, stuff that's economic weakness. It kind of helps bonds, but especially right now. It's going to make for nice rate sheets to end the week, and we should end the week better than when we started, I think, by the time we get this thing all wrapped up. Good morning, Mike Schmulgan, Rob Smith, Mike Tebow. How much to check your snowmobile on the airplane? Yeah, I do bring a helmet, but we did not do snowmobiles. Reprice risk on the day is low. It's unlikely that there has to be too much that you have to worry about today ahead of the holiday weekend. Remember, Monday is President's Day. I very most likely will not do a live on Monday. I generally don't do them on President's Day, so I know many of you are working. I'll be sending out the weekly rate forecast, but I might wrap that up later in the day today, and I might take Monday off. It's our travel day getting back home, so you won't see a lot of me on Monday. Remember, there'll be no text alerts. The bond market is closed. There'll be no lock advice email, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do a live. If I do, I'll send you out a text. If you want to be notified when I go live, and if you want to be notified that I am going live, you can sign up for the reminders that we got here at hmmr.io/reminder, hmmr.io/reminder, or use this cool QR code over here if you like as well. So keep that in mind if that's something that would be something happy for you. As far as what's affecting rates right now, I got to tell you, I put in my written lock advice that the normal indicators, the normal events, the technicals, all of these, they're not worth a damn right now. They really are not. If I'm an originator, I'm focusing on two things and only two things: risk tolerance for the loan and the client. I'd be having a conversation with each of my loans right now saying, hey, rates have been very erratic or volatile, right? We see a lot of movement day to day. Normally, I watch markets, we watch the conditions, we watch the economic calendar, and all the different things affecting mortgage rates so that we can give you an idea of where things are headed day to day. And we're usually pretty good at it. But right now, there's a lot of volatility, and that may not happen. So if the loan is closing near term, if it's risk averse, you want to just lock just so because you can't deal with that, right? We don't know what's going to happen, but the overall trend for those that are willing to wait, we could see rates move lower. Not for any of the reasons that we should, not because the economic data is getting better, not because the inflation data is getting better, not because the chances are likely that the Fed's going to start cutting rates. None of that. Those are things that normally would help us see mortgage rates improve. None of those happening, but we may see rates improve. There's I think traders are putting a lot of stock right now in a few things. Number one, the tariffs. The tariffs seem to be more of a there's an article. Let me see if I can find it on Bloomberg and stuff talking about this. They seem to be more of a deterrent, if you will, um, about everything that's going on. They're a negotiating tactic. Yes, I do think we'll see them, but I think markets are really just accepting that they're not necessarily going to be inflationary. And even if they are inflationary, it won't be long term. That's the current belief, the current trend, and that's affecting where rates and pricing and things are going right now. The second thing is, Trump comes out and he says, I want to lower rates. I want lower mortgage rates. Nobody knows how that's going to happen, but there are some things at their disposal that the Treasury can use. I talked about them a couple of days ago. You're not going to get help from the Fed. The Fed's not cutting rates because they can't overheat the economy and they need to fight inflation. And the Fed's certainly not going to do quantitative easing. I think Powell came out the other day and said, we're not doing quantitative easing unless we got, unless we took rates down to zero. They're not looking to do that at all, right? But what the Trump administration can do with the Treasury Department, they can issue less debt. So again, I put on your big person politic pants on, right? Because there's a lot going on. Some of the things I think are absolutely insane. Some of them I think are supposed to sound insane so that they could be normal. And then some of them sound pretty good to me. So, like, for example, we're just going to have some fun here. For example, by the way, let me know, can you guys hear me okay? Still, how's the connection? Let me know in the comments, please. How is the connection right now as we're getting into this stuff? So, for example, Trump talks about, the Gaza Strip and making it the next Riviera. I don't think he really wants America to have anything to do with it, but I think what he's doing is putting on pressure to the Arab nations in a way that they have to step up and help clean that place up if they want to keep America out. And so people think he's absolutely insane, but what he did is I think he's playing the long game where he's continuing to get them to step up rather than begging them or pleading with them or putting it out there. He's going to make it their idea. Sounds crazy, but that's what I think is happening here, right? So, just an example, some of the things that seem crazy. We don't want to get very emotionally charged with this. Let's look at what's going on. The idea of tariffs. Traders are starting to feel more comfortable that these are more of a negotiating tactic, that they're more of a deterrent, and that they might not drive inflation as much as originally worried about. Trump was that administration can use the Treasury Department to issue less debt because, and this is where I was going, they're cutting programs like crazy. Now, some of them are not going to be cuts that I agree with, or they're things that I think maybe we should do, but I'm not in charge. A lot of cuts are things that, we really, I don't know how we got involved in the amount of money that flows out of the government. It just shows how chaotic it is and how we don't really keep track of what's going on. Because of that, if the Trump administration can dial back the deficit, dial back the amount of money that's going out in all these different things, or at least give the impression, the perception that they are, then that's going to help rates and pricing because it's the idea that we would borrow less. Because remember, we talk about where our taxpayer dollars work, but our taxpaying dollars only fund a small portion of the government. We borrow the rest. And that's what will drive up mortgage rates. Also, it's possible that we could see some pressure on companies to bring down grocery costs. The price of oil right now, again, not getting into politics too deep, but Biden put additional sanctions onto Russia right before he left office, which were done in part, and drove the price of oil up, which is why the price of gas hasn't gone down too much yet. Even though Trump is, very much to be known for using American oil, and that would bring down the cost. So there's a lot of things going on here because there's so many moving parts. The normal things that we look at the technicals, right? Let's look at the screens and look at the technicals, and you could see that they have made absolutely no sense at all when we look at those technicals, right? So take a look here. Let's go ahead and look at that mortgage-backed securities. Let's go over the technicals real quick so you know what we're talking about. We got this blue line at the bottom. That's the 25-day moving average. Hold on, I just want to click on this so that all right, so it doesn't show. So the blue line down here is the 25-day moving average. The red line is the 50-day moving average. The green line is a 100-day moving average, and the purple line is a 200-day moving average. The smaller that average, the more erratic it can move based on, because it's only an average for the last 25 days versus an average for the last 200 days. So you have the last 3 days has less of an effect on the 200-day moving average than it does on the 25-day moving average, right? Now, the 100-day moving average has been trending lower. The 200-day moving average has been just barely starting to trend higher. The 50-day moving average was stable and then barely starting to trend lower lately. The 25 has been moving up. You look at just this week, we started here. We were above the 200-day moving average last week. This week, and where is it? Let's see. So this is Monday. Yep. Okay. So hold on because I want to get rid of that again. I don't want that to come up. So Monday, we opened below the 200-day moving average. Tuesday, we broke below and we're settled right at that 50-day moving average. Wednesday, we broke well below all the moving averages. Thursday, we broke above the 50-day moving average. Today, we're going to come up. Now, arguably, we could be testing the 100-day moving average, and you could say this is where it's going to cap out our improvement. Same thing for that 200-day moving average, right? If we want to look at the technicals, but the technicals have not been holding steady for us, especially look at this 10-year treasury and the technicals here. Let's go ahead and move this to a month. And you can see that same thing going on here. The 50-day moving average, the 25-day moving average, and the 200 and 100 really haven't been relevant for the 10-year treasury yield. So we dropped below the 50-day moving average. We pushed back up above it. We came down and tested it. And now we brought back below the 50-day moving average. A lot of what's going on here has to do with the idea of where do traders and markets think things are trending? Where do they think the money is going? Where do they think rates are headed? Where do they think inflation is going? So there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of day-to-day volatility, but overall rates have been staying pretty solid, pretty consistent. This is some hope that we may see rates improve a little bit as we head into the year, but we really can't forecast what's going to happen later this year. I wouldn't be holding off until later this year. Again, the advice I've given many times is to set yourself up in a position where you can take advantage of pockets. If we do get a dip in rates, have people lined up to write loans. And that's what we want to be doing. But Purchase business, I'm finding is picking up. How's your purchase business doing? Let me know. Good morning, Nathan Einkorn, Christy Rezor, Mandy Kangas, Glenn Bussard, Teresa Jones. Teresa, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. But how's your purchase business doing? Is it picking up in your area? I think we're going to have a strong, again, for relatively, but a strong purchase business this spring. I think there's a lot of pent up demand. People know rates are not coming down. Home prices are not coming down significantly in most markets, so they're making moves. I read in the Wall Street Journal this morning that consumer debt again hitting records. It's up there, so you're going to have some debt consolidation. People are starting to slip. The main thing to emphasize to people is you don't want to wait until you're late on your payments and it affects your credit score. As you borrow more money, your credit score drops. It's going to make your lending more expensive. It's going to make your refinance harder. You want to take action before it's trouble. What's it look like? So we want to get into that. We want to be having those conversations. As far as rates go, again, govies are in your mid to high sixes, conventionals high sixes to sevens, and that's where things are going to be. And I think that's going to be enough for now. When we see rates dip into the low sixes, is when you're going to get those little bangs. So. Yeah, I'm seeing good. Teresa says it's improving. Christy says it's improving. Um, Dude, Nathan, I love you, man. Thank you for sharing. And as a longtime member, I appreciate you. Dude, wait till you see the new website stuff coming out. Um, I'll show it to you. I know that this is terrible. We've got a whole new website platform. We're almost done, dialed it in. So they're doing all the development in the back, and all the design has been done now. It is awesome. It's going to get more business from Google, more business from referral partners. It's designed for it's implementing more of the generative AI stuff that we're seeing Google use. So we're trying to get ahead of this stuff. So it's going to be good, man. I appreciate you. All right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and let me pop that chat up here. For those of you, this is where I'm going to sign off. Listen, Google stuff is picking up when the market picks up. I'm going to smile on this. Hold on. Okay. I look retarded. Hold on a minute. Okay, good. There we go. All right. So, hold on. Just taking a screenshot of this one. So, anyway, my friends, as I sit here rambling, what I am saying to you is that you want to go check us out at originatorssuccess.com. You can do that at www.originatorssuccess.com or use this cool QR code here. And that's it, my friends. I'm going to wrap it up. So, not snowmobiling today. I'm going to snowmobile tomorrow. Let me know what you're doing in the comments this weekend. Like I said, I'm over here at Tagadi Lodge. Out here in Jackson, Wyoming, a bunch of snow. I saw a fox this morning as I was walking up to the main lodge. I'm excited to get out there. We're into some off-trail snowmobile, and I'm excited. So I will have fun and be safe. You guys do the same, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take care, my friends. Thank you for joining me each day. Bye-bye.